So somebody like a Britt Baker hasn't been around in a long time. And I don't remember the last thing that she did that was particularly great. And she's only really like hurting her legacy. So yeah, if you go like, oh, is Britt Baker at her best F tier, one of these like Giant Gonzalez terrible? No, she wasn't. But now, she's not really accomplishing anything. She's not really contributing. I wouldn't be opposed to putting her towards that very end, or in the E tier or something.
She has to be in the bottom.
She can't. I wouldn't even put her in C tier. I'd put her in D or F, or maybe no opinion. But like that
I
for sure.
I wouldn't go any higher than D.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put her.
Maybe E.
At least sounds about right then. Yeah.
That works. I think that the same can apply to a couple other people that I'm sure that I'm making some disagreements for, but like I have, by the way, I have no opinion about Viva Van. I don't even know what she really looks like. She hasn't really been wrestling.
She hasn't done enough on AEW. She's wrestling on the indies primarily. So.
I would like D, E, F. People like the Renegades. They just don't really stand out to me. When's the last time that Nyla Rose wrestled? Yeah, there's quite a bit of people here that I have like almost no opinion to, where I've lost track of them. You know.
What they did, like the Renegades, we might have to split things to the underneath. Robin, which one's the one that's was injured for a long time?
Charlotte?
Okay, Robin's working.
Yeah, Robin's good. So I put Robin in D and Charlotte in E then, because at least Robin's been doing stuff.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Who would go in A? Would we
I know.
maybe Tekla?
Take the night, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because like she hasn't gotten to the point where I would be like, okay, I trust her with the championship and be the top person and to run for everybody. But like she's been there a very short amount of time. And she's already impressed way more than a lot of other people. Do we go S or A for Willow? I'd go S.
For how she's been presented, I go A.
Yeah, it's again, it's a difference. With, like she's clearly like a big star for AEW, but she does seem to be on the cusp between like, being NS and A. Like, I think there's like, yeah, kind of, I think there's three people who all fit into that same category, which is Willow, Chris Statlander, and Athena.
Athena's a mess.
She's a Ring of Honor rest.
I think we might end up moving one or two over there, but I think we could put them all in A for now, and then see who else we put, and then we always can adjust.
There's no one else that will go that high from the range that left, so.
See, I would think like Jamie Hayter would be a B.
Actually,
I'd put her lower than that group. So whether that would be like the difference between an A plus and an A minus, or you know what I mean, B plus.
I think the fact that she is a former champion is still presented pretty highly up in terms of her presentation. It was finalist of the like recent Owen Hart tournament, just recently fought for the world championship. Like, it's like we're saying that like we'll put on the same, she might be like the same two that we might be moving one or two of those over to S tier, so I think she died.
True.
I'll put it this way: if we're going to put someone like we got Taker in A, we're going to drop both Julia Hart and Guy Blue down to C. He knocks her on TV all the time.
I would probably go B, Julia, C, Sky.
See, if it was up to me, I'd go the other way around because like Sky's better wrestler than Julia Hart.
B, Julia, C, Sky. Julia hasn't wrestled like it. Sky has to be the secondary defender.
Julia's one of those things like she was good at bench and she hasn't really recaptured that same ability. But with Julia, the reason why people will immediately go to B is vibes.
And former champion.
Yeah,
so like,
Yeah,
that helps.
she's true, but I also, I think currently in this moment, Blue is ahead.
Yeah, she's wrestling more regularly, she's doing a lot more.
If we put them both in the same and we go B, I would definitely say Queen Amala goes B.
Pretty much that's big, yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't go so far as to say A yet, but she's definitely above C.
Yeah, I put Windsor there in B as well.
I'm not super big on Windsor, but if you guys say 2 for B, then like, I would put her more in C.
No, she's been presented as a B.
Yeah.
So 2 votes for B, 1 vote for C.
To be honest, I would say C for Diana, and even that's probably high for her being presented right now.
I'd probably say, I think, because I don't think she's as low down as like Robin Renegade type. I mean, you know, Robin should be down but like, Diana's like C. I'd say Diana's the C and Ty Valkyrie's the D.
Sky, yeah.
I can go with that, yeah. That makes sense. I have no opinion about Trisha Dora. I just don't watch ROH, so I couldn't even tell you, like, I couldn't pick her out of a lineup, let alone know anything about her. So that's totally on you two, or a no opinion column.
Yeah, I'd say C or D.
I'd say more D, because even though she's kind of, like, she's not part of the Shanghai promotions, so as some feature role there, that even when she wrestles, like, put into matches, she's never been presented as a consistent threat, even to the standards.
You might as well just remove Madison Rain, right?
Yeah, no, I think
She's not even, like,
anything, yeah.
actually wrestling.
Yeah, the same tier as Paul White is in the men's.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. B tier for Riho?
Yeah, only change the fact that she doesn't appear enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
could argue same thing with Sheeta as well.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking.
I could say B tier for Harley Cameron.
Uh,
Because we're ranking not just based on ring skills, we're ranking based
So I
on
think
overall.
inverse of, she's like the opposite end of the same spectrum as Perazo for me, where she's being presented high, but the ring ability is currently at a certain level. Whereas I think Perazo has A tier ability, but being presented at a certain level. So I'd put her in C2.
I think Cameron has to be above Dion Perazo. And fundamentally, if Dion Perazo did have A tier ability, she would be positioned higher. She doesn't have A tier ability based on this stuff.
Because if they were going to give somebody a championship based off of just like pops and popularity, somebody that starts off with the word pop, they would be way more likely to give it to Harley Cameron than even like, actually with anybody on this list. For the
Probably
most
like Willow, honestly, the way she's, the pop she gets.
I think you have to always have a differentiate thing of you can't just go based on someone being like funny, because otherwise like Mr. Iguana will be holding multiple championships in WWE right now.
I think that's actually a good comparison though, because Mr. Iguana wins more matches and is featured more than say somebody like I don't know, like one of the other clowns. Like Psycho Clown's one of the ones that's tag champ, right?
Yeah,
no, Psycho Clown. And then there's like 4 other ones or something. And it's like those guys aren't popping up in anything. So if they would have for some reason be like, hey, we need a new champion in AAA, I think they'd go more Mr. Iguana than they would whatever the other clowns would be, even if they have like a better win-loss record or something. So I'd put Harley in that like B- range. I'd put her above Diana. I think that if you were to go with somebody gets a fluke win, or somebody like, which one would you rather win the TBS championship? Would you rather do like a, Harley gets it and now we go with this like underdog story? Would you go with Diana? I think the crowd would be like, I'm not really interested in Diana. Which sucks because Diana's talented, but
Well, unfortunately with Diana, like her nose cast 2 months into her running company, and she'll never say that now. does have a major dramatic character for her, but they don't seem like they're too interested in doing that.
It's unfortunate, but that definitely seems to be the way it's
Maybe another C, Anna J.
Yeah, she might be lower, but we'll go see for now.
Who out of this list that we have left, 'cause we're already almost done, who out of this list do you think would rank the highest? Would it be Megan Bain? Would it be
Megan Bain,
Shirakawa?
Megan Bain, I'd say that'd be the highest of the people that's left.
I'd go B.
She's probably an A right now.
I think she's A. She's only lost one match. She's only lost one match in her entire time in AEW, so they're protecting her. And I put Mina in D.
That's good.
That's probably the highest one that's left.
Yeah, because even Thunder Rosa, former champion and stuff, like,
she's
she's
safe right
fallen by so much that I wouldn't.
She's
Yeah.
on par with Diana.
Marina's
Fine.
interesting because like she's in a main event act, but she doesn't wrestle that much anymore.
If we were just talking about the word of the times, which is aura, she's an S, but she doesn't wrestle. So it's very strange.
I don't know, no opinion,
no
Marina.
opinion.
Just because, yeah, like she doesn't do anything other than, like, she might as well be a manager, you know? There's not much that separates Marina Shafir from Stokely, except Stokely talks and she doesn't.
Yes, matches in almost half of
Marina
the
can probably
Saudi doesn't. Yeah, Marina does.
Stokely just got physical all the time. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Marina's one is effective. The Sophie's just there to be hit. Slightly different. Yeah, we can leave it there for now. If we could fill up the rest of, like, say, try and make it bigger, I'd say, I guess, Time Alone and Serenity go into there.
Maybe Red Velvet.
Yeah, Red Velvet as well. I put Big Stars in there as well.
Maybe Penelope, either in C or in D.
See, I think she's stepped up in this role as the supporting actor.
I'm down for that. I don't think anybody else goes into the C tier, to be honest. Diamante, Emi Sakura, Lady Frost, Lady Gray.
Exactly, I think does. I think Yuka does.
What do you think, Rob? Yuka in C or in D?
I would say C for ability.
And then everybody else is somewhere in that D to E to F to no opinion range.
In my opinion, really so. I haven't seen the wrestling for a long time. I'll judge what she'll be like when she comes back, or where she'll be positioned.
It has been a while. I don't think she's going to reach any higher than C, to be honest, but,
Probably not.
you know, who knows?
I don't want to put her any lower just because she hasn't had any chance to really influence her position. The rest of them, I guess, it's based on like.
I think the same basically for Mercedes Martinez. When's the last time she wrestled?
She's been a long time.
I'm not being funny, like she's still on the roster, right?
I think so. I don't know. See, that's like the weird thing is because sometimes on the AEW roster page, there are people on there that we know for a fact are not really around anymore, and they just didn't update it. Whereas, like,
Well, I actually think that they do a good job of updating the website. I think anyone who's on is legitimately under contract, and you know they're off when they get taken out of the website.
and then there's people that they have wrestled for like weeks or months, maybe even like over a year, and they're not listed on there. And then, like, I think that Pretty Peter Avalon is still listed on there. Like, I don't remember the last time he wrestled for anything.
He comes in and out. It depends on if they're going in his local area where he can just do jobs for them.
I mean, these contract things, especially when it comes to WWE, you get like the NIL versus the ID versus Evolve versus NXT, but before it's all fucking confusing. So, I don't know. Maybe Mercedes is still in contract if she's not. I still don't know about the status of Lady Frost, if she's like officially signed to Ring of Honor or to NXT, not actually to AEW, or is this just like her deal thing, or I don't know. When it comes
She
to
might,
Lady
be
Frost.
she might be on one of those like B-tier contracts, which is kind of like she would be available, but it's mostly there for just like the sporadic appearances, primarily when he wants to put people over.
I wouldn't go high on Lady Frost. I mean, obviously everything here is D or lower, but
I mean, she's like there's a job of status, like she's not prominently featured.
I'd potentially say Layla goes into the lowest tier. Everybody else goes into the E.
I put
And
that in D.
Layla in D?
Yeah.
Does she wrestle more on ROH than what I've seen?
Yeah, she does. And she's also part of a, I won't say like heavily featured act, but she is part of an act in AEW that does get, semi-frequent TV time.
She registers more. Like, I even no opinion her on the same Marina Shafir manager thing in my mind from what I see.
She does wrestle on her, like, probably like two times, like twice a month. I was like, she's nothing special for any higher B-tier, but I think that she's got good promo ability, so I'd put her in D probably. That was Nyla, and then, yeah, I could see the other two going, the other three going into E-tier. I mean, I personally have the case of Sakura's going to D because she's a better wrestler than the other two.
What about you, Rob? Would you give Layla Gray the D tier? That sounds awful. Yeah, Rob, would you give Layla Gray the D or?
I don't know why you set me up for that, but yeah, she's a bit of a Trish indeed. Layla's probably there too. Trish is a better performer, but Layla also gets more TV on AEW. But evens out.
Layla Frost hovering around that E tier.
Yeah, she never wins. Or never has it. Like, in the Omni she wouldn't win matches, so.
Diamante, Emi Sakura. To me,
Not
like,
like we know that they can be good, but they just don't appear very often.
yeah, like
They're
they're they're in that range. Like I kind of range a little bit differently when it comes to like obviously WWE women, for instance. Like most of these women that are on this 76 women thing, almost all of them perform so regularly that it's easier to rank them. Whereas like Emi Sakura pops up and it's like what she wrestles like once every like 6 months or something. Like
Yeah, when she's mostly doing her thing in town with the promotion that she
Right.
runs, so like. So yeah, like I understand putting votes into it because they don't appear enough. And if they do appear, they're mostly there to lose. So
Yeah. And then Nyla, I don't remember even the last time we saw Nyla.
I mean, I put her in D just because she has a reputation behind her. I mean, I know that she comes in, but she's more likely going to lose matches now. But they can choose to push her at any point in time. It's somewhat believable because of the history she has behind her, and also because of her build as well. So you could at one point say, okay, bring back and we can do one program from TGS 12. You just, you go along with it because it's not a road.
So I mean that's it for everybody already, unless we adjust anybody. I would still toss Willow into the S tier out of this group.
I would say Athena's an S. And I would definitely tell on that. I mean, over 1,000 days, this Ring of Honor Women's World Champion was featured heavily on AEW TV this year.
I mean, I would say that only one of those three women we mentioned is AEW Women's World Champion right now.
I don't think I would go Chris into S, but I think. I mean, it's tough. We also, for context of this too, for whenever you guys listen to this, we've seen Chris Statlander win the championship, but we haven't seen the episode of Dynamite to follow that.
Yeah, so
So-
see what her reign is like.
Yeah.
I do understand that.
Like, are they going to treat her as
Maybe
like?
she's already lost to Mina Shirakawa.
It could be. Like, they could treat her as like, I won this and I'm not ready for it yet, and then it makes it look like she's not as, on the same par. But like, they could treat it as like she goes on a fucking tear right now. Like, it's hard for us to tell on the 23rd. And you might be listening to this on, I don't know, the October 4th or something, and that might make a big difference.
Or it could be one of those things where, it's like, my hope is, because I like Chris, and I think that she could have a really good run as champion, is that she's treated the same way that Swerve Strickland was, where when Swerve was given the title, a lot of people kind of thinking, oh, is he kind of at that level? And then he grew with the championship, so the hope is that they do the same thing with Statlander.
And I'm assuming that Willow is the one that beats Stat for that. So if you go back in time to, a couple months from now, you come back and look at this, it might end up being like, okay, well then, a big jump up for so on and so forth.
It very much depends on whether she turns heel or not, and that's if you what the people think beats Reckon, then that makes all sense in the world, but if she doesn't turn heel, then I don't think Willow will be one to beat her. But
I don't think anybody from B I would move up to A. I think that the downward is pretty locked. It's just a matter of if we move any of these three from A over to S.
I think if we're just being like honest with ourselves, the one that's the biggest soul has the biggest potential out of is Willow, so Willow's the one you move to S if anyone.
That's the way that I see it.
She has the highest ceiling out of all of them.
Yeah, and then it's like, Athena at any point, if they want to pull the trigger, they could put her into that S tier, but for some reason they want to keep her in ROH instead. And then Stat just got to this level where she's been hovering around, like, you could give her the belt for a while, but they just gave it to her 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. So that's hard to tell. So she's like in that, like, I think this is a good group, the way that this is.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. There's some subtle change you can make, but I don't see anything that's significant enough to warrant a big discussion about.
There you go. We already knocked in. Everybody tip a cat, each other and shake hands, and that was a good quick run through. We do have 3 other ones that we're gonna do. So I don't know if we're gonna do plugs